Hey everyone, it's Eric Dissler, Democratic candidate for House District 121 here in Georgia. If you saw my reel from yesterday, you know that there was a big event here in Athens last night. Doug Emhoff was here, the future first gentleman of the country, at an event that Michael Stipe was at. He played a few songs. It was really a pretty cool event. There was some talk yesterday about local candidates getting a chance to speak to the crowd. That didn't happen, but it did cause me to think about what I was going to say if I had the opportunity. And I'll skip through a lot of that, but what I did want to mention today in today's video was what I wanted to say to that crowd about why state elections are so important. And I'm going to boil it down to 5 issues. So I've got my notes from in case I was speaking last night. Number one, expanding Medicaid, right? That's something that we need to do. Only 9 states have not expanded Medicaid. Georgia's one of them. Fully funding schools, getting rid of the school voucher issue, school vouchers that were passed last year, and using that money to fully fund public education, and then doing something about gerrymandering in the states. And those 3 issues, I just want to point out, can only be done at the state level, right? If we elect Kamala Harris, if we elect Lexi Doherty at the federal level, we do have our fantastic 2 senators from Georgia, but those 3 things can only be done at the state level. They can't do anything about that at the Fed, right? They've already passed the ACA. It's up to the state to expand Medicaid. The federal level can get money for education, but the state decides where it goes and how it's used. And as far as gerrymandering, the Constitution itself says that states decide how voting occurs within states, right? States are in control of elections, so nothing they could do at the federal level for that. That's why it's so important. A couple other issues. One is gun safety, and the other is reproductive freedom, right? These are issues that can potentially be affected at the federal level. Congress could pass laws, and Kamala Harris could sign them into law, right? But we all know the minute that happens, before the ink is dry on any such bill, any such law, once it passes, Republicans are going to be filing legal challenges against them, and they're going to end up in the Supreme Court. And I, for one, don't trust this Supreme Court to uphold anything that does anything good, related to either one of those items, right? Passing a law that gets Roe v. Wade, codifies Roe v. Wade across the country is great, but as soon as it gets to the Supreme Court, I don't think they're going to uphold it, right? So that's really a state issue. It's something we can do here. Supreme Court has said they're putting it on the states. We should do everything we can at the federal level, but at the state level, we need the right people in place to take care of that. And the same thing goes for guns too. We've seen the Supreme Court do some crazy things about guns. Just this past session, they made bump stock legal again. So it's crazy. I don't trust them to uphold any kind of national universal background checks, anything like that. So that's why it's so important to get the right people in at the state, and I'm hoping to be one of them. Thank you.